Hey there, this is Dominic, and I wanted to walk you through the use of a powerful tool within MagicSchools called Custom Chatbots. If you go to your More Tools option and you click in the search bar and add the word Custom Chatbot, you'll see this icon that comes up. Go ahead and launch the Custom Chatbot tool and take a look at the instructions for this chatbot. Uh, One thing you'll notice, and I want to say, is that one of the challenging things we face in incorporating AI as a thought partner is to create transparency regarding the data and insights the AI model or chatbot uses in generating its responses. Ideally, we need to think of AI as a powerful thought partner, inspiring us to design with purpose and creativity in a fraction of the time we could have done this before. But in order for us to do this, we have to make sure that we elevate the intentionality of our design. To this end, custom chatbots allow us to build a custom knowledge base with specific prompt engineering that aligns with our priorities in addressing the historically marginalized groups we serve. So what does all this mean? Well, your first step, you'll notice, is in kind of engineering what you think the actual purpose of the chatbot is, right? And I want to just say that this is an evolving practice. You're not going to get your full directions for your chatbot right maybe the first time, but think of it as a work in progress that you can kind of continue to revisit. In the prompt here, you'll notice it says, "You are the student engagement strategist for education who is an expert on student engagement in the classroom. Your role is to suggest techniques for increasing student participation, implementing inclusive teaching practices, and so forth." So that's a good way of thinking through this in terms of the framing of this. Who are you and what's its purpose? I'm going to share with you a doc that was created for uh, based off of our instructional framework, which kind of goes through many of these pieces. And you can see in terms of these chatbot instructions that were given to us by Anthony Delemy, he kind of goes in deeper in terms of what the purpose of the chatbot is, and also including kind of a programming guide as to what are the priorities it should have and so forth in generating its responses. So I'm going to go ahead and just copy and paste these. Into the model. And that way, the chatbot is going to know the context now. You can also think of including things like your content area standards, possibly. Areas of the instructional framework, your instructional design guides, supports that you would want to use for multilingual learners. Really, the sky's the limit in terms of how many um, documents you would like to include within this in order to kind of frame what the AI is going to give you in response. Now, down below where it says additional knowledge, this piece is critical because you can attach all the documents that you're thinking about, when it comes to directing the chatbot to look through these documents before generating a response. So in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and upload a copy of the framework so it has that to work from. And let me jump into my documents and downloads. And now you can see it's going to reference the instructional framework when it creates these responses. And now I click generate. And now I've created this chatbot to reference that specific document. And if I'm not quite sure how to prompt it, but I want to see what it has to say, all I have to do is click on these starting questions to kind of get us going. So, can you provide me some design strategies for lesson planning that align with the instructional framework? If I launch that prompt, it's going to reference it. And lo and behold, it's digging down now into the document and breaking out those specific areas, right? If I want to, for instance, take it a step further, I can literally copy and paste from the response and dig deeper into those specific resources. Um, I know this is a lot to kind of wrap your head around in terms of creating a custom chatbot, but it really is one of the most kind of unique ways that you can target the outputs of an AI engine that really align with your core design principles, so that we do elevate the intentionality of our design. Now, say for instance you want to save this because you want to create it once and come back to it. You'll notice that under Actions here, I can click this and I can click on Custom, and I can save this as a custom prompt, right? Name the prompt. In this case, I would name it, my instructional framework design prompt. And then once it's saved, it'll always exist in this output history. And you'll notice that when you click in output history, any one of the prompts that you generate, you can add to your saved menu. And when you click on bookmarks, that saved instructional framework chatbot will always be there for you to reference and go back to. You can also obviously design one of these for a student project, or a PLC that's kind of looking through rubrics and trying to kind of assess them. All manners of ways that you can include this. So I challenge you to think about what kind of custom chatbot you might be able to design in supporting either your professional development or your students' support in the design of resources or projects. Hope you enjoyed this, and please do share what you create. We'd love to learn more from what you experiment with and develop. Thanks again.